Hi guys, so today I'm going to be going over my top 3 tips for beginners who are looking to try and build some muscle, and these come from the 3 what I feel most common mistakes made by beginners who are just starting out in the fitness world. So my number 1 tip would be find a good program. Now as a beginner, you're probably on one muscle part a week, which starts off with chest on a Monday and back on a Tuesday. And this will be on an inconsistent basis. You probably won't train legs as no one's interested at that sort of stage. But although you will see some muscle growth as you are a beginner and it's easier to build them, your progress will stall over time. So what I suggest doing is I'm going to link Jason Blaha's novice program in the description below. That's focused on 5x5, which is more based towards strength. However, he does throw accessory work in there. It's going to be 3 times a week, full body. And what it's going to do is it's going to combine improving your technique, which I'll touch on in my next tip. Improving your technique, your strength, and overall muscle growth. So it's throwing in hypertrophy and strength at the same time. And it's going to focus on progressive overload as well, which is what we want for muscle building, and it's going to give you a good foundation. So after 6 months or so, when you feel like you've gone beyond the beginner stage, you can look at other programs and target it towards what you want to improve, whether it be different body parts or whether you're more interested in a power lifting training regime or a bodybuilding training regime. Now, what I would say is, although I'm going to link Jason Blaha's novice program below, and I would highly recommend that, if you're not enjoying a program after a month or so, and you're forcing yourself to go to the gym, I would suggest changing that program. I personally don't see the point in going to the gym when you're not going to enjoy yourself. At the end of the day, guys, we're going there to forget about everything in the real world, and we're there to have a good time. And if you're forcing yourself to go in every single day and you're not seeing any enjoyment out of it, then as I say guys, it is pretty pointless in my eyes. So find a good program, strength based, and focus on your compound lifts. You'll get your accessory work in there as well with the hypertrophy style, what Jason throws in at the end of each workout, and also find a program that you're going to enjoy. My second tip, as I say, is going to focus on technique, and that's going to be about form and lifting with good form. Now, notice I don't say perfect form because that's difficult to achieve as a beginner. People in the latter stages of lifting or experienced stages, advanced, still have niggles here and there what they're trying to improve. However, that doesn't give you an excuse to lift with absolutely awful form and also sacrificing form for weight. This is going to do nothing for you. You eventually get caught out. You're going to start injuring yourself in places you don't want to be injured. And what you've got to mind is, guys, this is a long game. If you're serious about building a lot and dense muscle, it's going to take you 10 years or so as a natural. And if you're lifting with bad form, as I say, you're going to start injuring yourself. Take the deadlift for example. If you're lifting with a rounded back, you're going to be suffering from lower back pain very soon. Flared elbows in the bench press, you're going to be suffering with shoulder problems. And these can become chronic, guys. So you have to be really careful and safe when you are lifting. So what we advise is 90% of gyms will have them, some sort of fitness officer. Go up to them, they're not going to mind, and actually they prefer for you to ask for their advice and just ask them to critique your movement. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. No one expects you to know the proper lifting technique at the beginning stages, but as I say, it is so important to lift with good form and go in the gym safe. So my tip number 3, guys, is going to be about nutrition, and this is a big topic and I'm not going to cover it in all in one video, otherwise we'll be here for days. But as we're talking about beginners and building muscle, you'll usually find there is one common mistake made by beginners, and that's going to be eating in a calorie surplus way above what you should be. Now, as a beginner, you'll probably be buying some sort of mass gainer, what's going to have about 1,000 calories per shake. You'll probably be throwing about 5 raw eggs in there, as that's what you get told and that's what you see. However, if you're taking about 3 or 4 of them a day, that's already going to add up to 4,000 calories. Your maintenance is probably going to be about 2,500, and so you're already eating a 1,500 calorie surplus without other foods that you'll be stuffing in your face every single day. Now, although you will build muscle as you're eating a calorie surplus, you're also going to be getting a lot of fat, and that's going to be unnecessary. And when it does come to the time when you're going to have to lose this body fat, say for the summer or so, you're going to have a lot of difficulty, and not everyone is going to be able to handle eating in a calorie deficit for so long, compared to if you're going to lean phase. What I would suggest, now you don't have to track your calories, but I would suggest that you won't have to be anal about it, and what this is going to allow you to do is eating a 500 calorie surplus, and over a week that will be a pound of fat, as that equates to 3,500 calories. Over a month, that's 4 pounds. However, as a beginner, you've got the potential to build 2 pounds of muscle a month, which you must utilise, because over time you're not going to build that much muscle in such a quick amount of time. So 2 pounds of muscle a month, that takes away half your 4 pounds of fat, so you'll be gaining half fat, half muscle, and that's what we want, guys. It's going to minimise fat gain. Of course, you're going to gain fat as you add in the calorie surplus. However, as I say, guys, there's nothing worse than eating way too much beyond your calorie requirements, and it's just going to create extra difficulty and hassle when it does come to the time when you're going to go on a cut or diet. I'm also going to create another video on macros, probably later this week. So that'll tie in with your nutrition, and as I say, tracking your calories, knowing how many grams of protein to take, how many grams of carbs to take. Now, this will all be new to beginners, so I don't expect you to know this at this stage. However, I feel like if I can create an informative video about that, that will help a lot of people. So that's my 3 top muscle building tips for beginners. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. I hope it was informative. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. I'll be sure to answer them. Now, this probably won't get a lot of views. However, the aim of this channel is to help as many people out as possible. And if only 3 people can take one bit of information from each tip and incorporate that in their fitness lifestyle, I feel like I've done my job. And at the end of the day, guys, we're all in this kind of fitness world together, and the more help we can get out there, I feel like the better it is for us all. So thanks for watching.